Over the rooftop, Santa Claus is riding, just a star to guide him, hoping all the children are asleep. Over the castle down along the river, Santa gives a shiver. It's cold up in the sky on Christmas Eve, and the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, and the magic fills the air. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, a little magic everywhere. He mightn't bring you everything you ask for. Everything you ask for isn't gonna fit upon a sleigh. Please make the best of everything he will bring. He puts a lot of thought in, and it makes him very happy when you play. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, and the magic fills the air. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, a little magic everywhere. Over the rooftops as the sky is brightening, just as fast as lightning, Santa and his reindeer going home. Work all done and heading for the North Pole. Time for such a good soul to have a Christmas party of his own. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, and the magic fills the air. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, a little magic everywhere. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, and the magic fills the air. And the Christmas lights bring magic to the night, a little magic everywhere.
Thanks, Frank Foley, for opening this week's programme with your song Over the Rooftops from the 2016 album You Know How I Am. Tá fáilte roimh go léir an seachtain seo. We have another bumper Christmas programme for you. Matt has a traditional Christmas hymn as well as a more modern Christmas song. We have another song from Credo's Christmas concert of last year, and we have a lovely, poignant modern song about Christmas 1915 in the trenches of the First World War. I have a Christmas poem of my own, and this poem by Patrick Kavanagh. Here's one of the best known and probably best loved Irish poems about Christmas, and it's by Patrick Kavanagh, A Christmas Childhood. It's usually in two parts, part 1 and part 2. Now, part 2 was written first in 1940, part 1 was written 3 or 4 years later and added on at the beginning. So I'm going to read just part 2. A Christmas Childhood. My father played the melodeon outside at our gate. There were stars in the morning east, and they danced to his music. Across the wild bogs, his melodeon called to Lennons and Callans. As I pulled on my trousers in a hurry, I knew some strange thing had happened. Outside in the cowhouse, my mother made the music of milking. The light of her stable lamp was a star, and the frost of Bethlehem made it twinkle. A water hen screeched in the bog. Mass-going feet crunched the wafer ice on the potholes. Somebody wistfully twisted the bellows wheel. My child poet picked out the letters on the grey stone. In silver, the wonder of a Christmas townland, the winking glitter of a frosty dawn. Cassiopeia was over Cassidy's hanging hill. I looked, and 3 whin bushes rode across the horizon, the three wise kings. An old man passing said, "Can't he make it talk, the melodeon?" I hid in the doorway and tightened the belt of my box-pleated coat. I nicked 6 nicks on the doorpost with my penknife's big blade. There was a little one for cutting tobacco, and I was 6 Christmases of age. My father played the melodeon, my mother milked the cows, and I had a prayer like a white rose pinned on the Virgin Mary's blouse.
Merry Christmas, Little Zachary, by the late, great John Denver. The season is upon us now, the time for gifts and giving. As the year draws to its close, I think about my living. Christmas time when I was young, the magic and the wonder, the colours dull and candles dim, in dark my standing under. Oh, little angel shining bright, you've set my soul a-dreaming. You've given back my joy in life and filled me with your meaning. The Saviour King was born that day, a baby just like you. As the wise men came with gifts, I come with my gift too. That peace on earth fills up your time, and brotherhood surrounds you, that you may know the warmth of love and rub it all around you. It's just a wish, a dream I hold of days when I was young. Merry Christmas, little Zachary. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, little Zachary. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Here is a Christmas poem of mine. Advent. I loved Christmas in the good old days, stealing trees from state plantations, disguising them in homemade decorations, cobbling together a crib, horse and pig, a donkey out of scale, a cow with a broken leg, and the presents: clockwork duck, plastic tool set, blank gun, all gone, stored where no one ever goes. I gathered responsibilities, spent hours wrapping, ripped open in seconds, assembled jigsaws before dawn on toy-strewn floors for a day or two. Jolly cheers. This Advent, my grown-up children asked me what I wanted. I looked at them, their children, couldn't think of anything.
My Christmas by Alison. I got a lovely new dress, and Mummy loved me in it. And Nick got a super pullover with a puppy on it. And Grandpa played Jingle Bells again, just like last year. And Jason got a smashing present that made everybody laugh. And Daddy did a terrific magic show. And everybody had the most wonderful Christmas ever. And Mummy made the gravy.
And now we have a song by Irish writer Cormac McConnell. It's about the Christmas truce 1915 on the Western Front during the Great War. It's called Silent Night, Christmas in the Trenches 1915, or sometimes just Christmas 1915. It's sung here by Colin Kelly and Kevin Fagan, and this video is from A Classical Christmas Evening, which was presented in 2018 in St. Patrick's Cathedral, Trim, produced by Trim Tourism Network. Colin Kelly and Kevin Fagan.
1915 on Christmas Day, when the Western Front, the guns all died away, and lying in the mud and bags of sand, we heard a German sing from no man's land. He had a tenor voice so pure and true. The words were strange, but every note we knew. Soaring o'er the living, dead and damned, a German sang of peace from no man's land. They left their trenches and we left ours. Beneath tin hats their smiles bloomed like white flowers, with photos, cigarettes and pots of wine. The soldiers built a truce on the front line. The singer was a lad of 21. We begged another song before the dawn, and sitting in the mud and blood and fear, he sang again the song all longed to hear. Silent night, no cannons roar, a king was born of peace forevermore. All's calm, all's bright, all brothers hand in hand, in 1915 in no man's land. And in the morning all the guns boomed in the rain, and we killed them and they killed us again. At night they charged, we fought them hand to hand, and I killed the boy that sang in no man's land. Silent night, no cannons roar, the king was born of peace forevermore. All's calm, all's bright, all brothers hand in hand. And that young soldier sings, and the song of peace still rings, for the captains and all the kings in no man's land. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Christmas greetings once more to everybody. The late Gay Byrne, on his radio morning programs every Christmas for years, made a point of playing a beautiful carol sung by the great American soprano Leontine Price. That carol, of course, was O Holy Night. There are lots of versions of it sung by different people. In fact, there's a beautiful version of it sung by Boards Mill Gospel Choir, which some of you may have already heard on our Matt and Michael lockdown series. But anyway, here's my version, and I would like to dedicate this to the memory of Gay Byrne. O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appears and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary soul rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices on night divine, on night when Christ was born, on night divine, on night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord, oh, praise his name forever, his power and glory evermore proclaim. His power and glory evermore proclaim. And a happy Christmas to everybody.
Thanks, Matt. That was lovely. And before we go, I'll just remind you that last year's Christmas programmes are on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to that channel, Matt and Michael Lockdown, and you'll find them there, as well as Matt's Christmas special from last year. We'll have another programme for you next week, the last one before Christmas, but we leave you this week with Credo. Have a good week.
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is riven with angels singing. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. So here below, let steeple bells be swinging, and Leo, 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 by priest and people sung. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. Pray you dutifully bride, your matin chime ye ringers. May you dutifully rhyme, your eve-time song ye singers. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis.